So apparently Star Trek Discovery is on YouTube, at least the first episode, uploaded by CBS. And as I have never seen the series, because I don't have CBS All Access, I'm not going to pay for it. And I originally was going to actually record the 2 episodes that were going to air on CBS for free, but then I figured if I like it, I'd be upset that I wouldn't be able to watch the rest of them, and I'm not going to pay for something else. So let's see if they are actually on YouTube. Oh, season 2 premiere is on YouTube. And I guess like 6 days ago. Yep, for free. More ups and downs. So, I will watch it, and then I'll give a review on it, because why the hell not? If you want to watch it, you can. And if you don't, then don't. Well, while watching the last time thing, the first season, it seems interesting enough to me, or it could have shown the best bits, but also the acting from the main character, just either she's phoning it. I have no doubt that the lady's probably a good actress, but to me, she's either phoning it in, or it's bad written material for her, or she's supposed to be acting like a cardboard. But to me, that's what it sounded like. It doesn't like her dialogue when it's overlaid by other people, like they're showing other scenes, like the couples kissing or the ships flying around. It just sounds odd to me. Okay, yeah, that's a noticeable difference between the original Enterprise and the this one. The neck's a lot shorter, and the engine wing things are a lot longer and more jagged. Okay, so maybe her cardboard acting is supposed to be as she was raised by Vulcans? Maybe? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that's what it's supposed to be. Little Spock's a little rude. He just closed the door in her face, and but man, their ships are a heck of a lot more advanced than the Enterprises. Even though the blonde one, said that they were that ship's specs are better. When I remember the Enterprise, looked like they put like Game Boy cartridges in for their memory sticks, and they had computers and people pushing the doors open. This stuff, I know they had to change it because of the lawsuits and everything, but they went like way overboard with these ones. Like, I don't even think even Enterprise did that much. Although when they did that flashback thing, or not the flashback, it was in the Mirror Darkly when they found that ship that went missing. That was pretty funny, seeing the Enterprise people dealing with the, saying how advanced the other stuff was, and you could tell it was older. I mean, dang, there's their bridge. I thought that Africa thing was their opening theme song, because they held the whole space, the Final Frontier thing. I guess it's a nice little opener with these spaceship designs being made in front of you and all kind of stuff. Although the funny thing is, keep on wanting to push these shows more and more back in time, like the original series, and then like they wanted to push it before that. So Enterprise was way before the original series, where they weren't even called the USS yet; they were still being called the NX. And then the Calvin movies split off timeline to make their own history and everything, but they only went to a point where they were still calling stuff the USS, so that means that Enterprise still existed. And this thing only takes place, they said, 5 years or so before the original, so that means Enterprise should still have is like the only thing that actually stays canon when they delete everything, and that's the one that all those hardcore tricky people hate. I enjoy Enterprise. I liked it because I honestly never watched any of these series live when they were on. I watched all of them on reruns after school, all the series, because Spike TV's a show. Well, G4 was the original series, but Spike TV's show Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise all in a row. Well, not in a row, but they'd show one episode of them in a little 2-hour block that I used to watch after school. And I knocked that out during high school, the 4 years that. But it is funny to me that Enterprise is the only one that ever gets deleted, technically. What the heck is that Geordi-looking thing? I thought Geordi's tech was supposed to be like brand new. Of course, they aren't really following the continuity of that stuff, so that's odd. Although I am kind of liking this alien guy. Although he kind of seems like a Data Isaac type thing, even though he's an alien. The way he's talking. Their suits kind of look like an upgraded version of the Enterprise one, so I guess they kind of kept that one in. I know they changed the suits to like because of time travel, so you can tell what certain like century you're in or time period you're in by what uniform Starfleet captains are wearing, or at least that's a fan theory. So I don't know why people are complaining about the uniforms. They kind of look like the Enterprise one to me. Dang, the Enterprise got a complete overhaul. It looks even better than the JJ version. Well, I liked Pike's little intro. I mean, I don't see why people are ragging on the actors playing him. Seems like a confident captain and everything, and joking about his F and his asthma and everything, so. Was right, I'm guessing the Hugh guy died. He kind of seemed a little familiar to me, but I don't know where I'd seen him from, what TV show or movie he came from. The guy who bought the blonde guy the opera tickets, and they were husbands or boyfriends or just lovers, whichever. Seemed like a nice enough, likable guy. Yep, the guy quitting and going off to be a teacher because Hugh's everybody looked. Hugh's definitely dead. Remember, this is somebody who's never watched any of Star Trek Discovery. This girl is definitely the Wesley of the series. She has an annoying presence. Well, from that little flashback, I can kind of see why little Spock was angry with Michael because, you know, his mother is now reading to her and calling her sweetheart and telling her she's going to take her to Earth, and Spock's left standing outside the room. So I can kind of see that one. No, he probably saw her as a replacement. But it's funny, even in the JJ version, she's not there. So maybe this Burnham character was caused by the destruction of Vulcan. Oh yeah, Vulcan was blown up in the Calvin timeline. So no, maybe it was the. I don't know what changed. I don't know what would have brought her on into the time stream. Because she was never mentioned in the original, or the movies, or Next Gen. And you think they would have. I don't think he'd want Spock to learn empathy. That's what he said that he wanted him to learn from her. The Vulcans wanted to kill all emotions because when he has it, he goes psycho. It's like even when he's horny, he goes into that Palm Far thing. And he wants to kill people until he finally gets revenge, until he finally gets all that anger out. So I call shenanigans on that one. I don't think he ever fully accepted you. Well, neither did the fan base, from what I hear. Ha ha ha. she was old enough in those flashbacks. I don't think she would call him father because she can remember her parents. She was old enough. She was like 9. Because heck, she was a lot younger than Barry on The Flash, and Barry never called Joe Dad. He says you're like a second father, but you're not his father. You still call him Joe. Maybe that's because he's a boy. I don't know. Well, that was entertaining enough. The Pike with his having the roll call and saying skip rankings and everything, and telling the pilot girl to just fly good. And then when they come here to this rock formation, I was expecting a red thing. Where's the damn red thing? That made me chuckle. So I guess of all these characters, I probably like Pike the best. And then the little alien guy who used to be the captain. With the lawsuit and everything, I'm surprised they mentioned the tardigrade thing. But also, I think Michael might be loosening up more, or the actresses, because she sounds better and not as annoying as she did in that previous last time thing. But this Kelly girl is really annoying. Like, she is definitely the Jar Jar for this series. So that Connolly guy did die mansplaining. That's the one thing I heard people bitching about. Oh well. Seems like a cocky asshole anyway, male or female, doing that. So the people who went on the away mission, 2 men, 2 women, the one guy died, and the other guy's ship is the one failing. Coincidences. I know I didn't watch the first season, but from that little preview thing, they had that little teleporter thing that allows them to transport anywhere in the galaxy. Why couldn't they just transport down to this asteroid thing, or transport inside that ship? See? And now they're transporting this engineer woman and her patients up to the ship, so they just risk that guy's life and their 4 lives for an action scene. Kinda pointless to me. I know they're trying to save money on this series because they blew too much of it and they're not getting that much views out of it, and the subscriptions are down. So, a word of advice, if anybody from this thing actually watches the type of YouTube video, but you might want to cut these kind of things out. They could have just had her beam her up while she was working on the damn wires. Because you can beam somebody anywhere on a ship, and from anywhere in space, you can pick her ass up while she's standing 5 feet away from what they're supposed to be beamed up from. So that's the dumb red angel thing that people are talking about. This Ensign Tilly character would make me not want to watch the show. It's too annoying. She's too much of a main character. Well, I don't honestly know what I'd say about it. I mean, it's not awful. I mean, I was probably expecting worse because all these people talking about it, like the nerderotic people and all that, talking about how horrible it is. But then again, I'm the same person that liked the original and Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Next Gen and Enterprise. And I'm also the same person that liked the 3 JJ films. They weren't like the best things in the world, but I didn't think they were crap either, like most people did. Would it make me want to get CBS All Access? No. Would it make me watch these if they were airing on free TV? Maybe if I DVR'd them to fast forward to the commercial on days when there was nothing else on. If it was on Netflix in America and I already had it, would I watch it? Once again, maybe if there's nothing else on. Maybe it's because I had low expectations, but it was okay. It wasn't horrible. Maybe a C, if anything. It could get better, it could get worse. But other than that, have a good one.